How did the OC market do in May, and what does this mean for buyers and sellers? Hey there, Christian Walsh, Coldwell Banker Wire Associates. We specialize in multifamily, single family, and leasing in lovely Orange County, California. And we are here with the final numbers. We're giving you an OC housing market update with all the numbers from May 2020. So what exactly happened? We're going to tell you right now. So if you remember, first quarter 2020, record sales. Then COVID-19, record lows. So April was record lows, and we're all very carefully evaluating May's numbers and June's, which we'll talk about in a bit. But so if you remember, 2 weeks into May, we did a video, and it was looking much better than April, which wasn't tough because April was terrible. So let's go through May. So all 31 days of May, we hit a record high median home price for May's at $737,895. So now that's an important distinction. So when you look at year over year, if you go back, this is the highest median home price for May's as you go back in May's. But we actually did have a drop in the median home price. It was up to $758 in March. So we actually saw a bit of a downturn in the median home price. Not to be worried, it's not a terrible thing. This is actually every year it's common for the median home price to peak and then drop. This typically happens in June or July, and then through the end of the year, the median home price will drop. We're a little early on it. It was sparked by COVID-19, and we'll be watching carefully to see maybe we'll get an uptick in June in the median home price and July, and we'll see. Don't be surprised when it tapers off at the end of the year yet again. And here's a quick fact. Since the last bust, if you want to know what the lowest median home price was, it was in January 2009, and the median home price was $360,000. So less than half of where we are now. That's how far we've come since 2009. Crazy, crazy times. So let's go through some of the numbers because there is some important data in these. Hopefully you can read my chicken scratch. If you can't, then you need to subscribe to my email newsletter because that's where you're going to get these numbers and way more. You can see in black, you've got the sales, 1338, and then the blue number is from a year ago in May, so 2868. Escrows, we were down 1291, and new listings, of course, were down. So all these numbers are down. And then you see the percentages I have. So the sales are about 47% of where they were last May. Escrows are 45%. New listings are 73%. So let's talk about this, what all this means for buyers and sellers in Orange County. What this means is we got to keep watching the market carefully because we are seeing that about half of buyers are sitting on the sidelines. So our actual closings and escrows were less than half. The interesting thing, when we ran these numbers in the first 2 weeks of May, if you remember that video, we only had about a third of buyers and sellers sitting on the sidelines. Now it looks like over half were sitting on the sidelines for the month of May. Now, in defense of COVID-19 May 2020, things hadn't started opening up yet. So we still got to watch carefully as things thaw to see if we start to get that trajectory going again. But the reason I'm saying watch carefully is we're actually seeing new listings come on at a higher rate than escrows and sales. So those percentages aren't matching up. What this could lead to is excess inventory. Now, what does excess inventory mean and what does that do? Once you start to have excess inventory, that's when you start to see price drops in order to get a property sold. So we're going to keep watching this carefully. But short answer for buyers right now, there is a slight dip in the median. So there is a chance that buyers will get a slightly better deal on properties. And sellers, what that means for you is you have to be aggressive in pricing. You're definitely not, this is not the time to go for huge increases in pricing. So be realistic on pricing. But we're still not at that point where the numbers are tremendously out of whack where I'm terribly worried. But make sure you tune in next week. Next week we'll have half of June's numbers and we'll be able to see where the trajectory is for June. All right, so keep on tuning in. We appreciate you guys watching these videos and looking at these numbers and hearing me ramble on and on about statistics. Make sure you leave your comments below. Let me know what you're seeing out in the Orange County market and other markets out there. Make sure you subscribe, and then subscribe to the email newsletter, because we take a deeper dive into the data where you can start to see where the real trends start to emerge on both leading indicators and trailing indicators. And we'll go into more detail on that in our email newsletter. All right, Christian Walsh, Coldwell Banker Realty, Wire Associates. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks.